AskReddit by Fazil Lau. What type of human behavior will you never understand? People who need to watch what their neighbors do all the time. Find a better hobby. It's truly insane. There is a gang of retired women in my neighborhood to have literally nothing better to do than snoop around neighbors' lives, gossip, and complain. I thought by the time you're in your 60s, you would chill out and be selective about the fucks you give. Not so. These women have an infinite amount of fucks to give, about everyone and everything. The anger and indignity at being proven wrong but never changing your opinion. This most often happens when one's identity is wrapped up in one's opinions. If someone identifies as someone who believes X, then any evidence that X might not be true is perceived as a personal attack and triggers an emotional response. People who make insane messes in public restrooms. Right. Like let's shit on the wall. People who get an animal and then intentionally neglect or abuse it. Like why? Years working in animal rescue, I've seen it all and it's made me hate humans. Or unintentionally. If you want a pet, inform yourself. And be realistic about it. If you can't meet the animal's needs, including if you can't afford to meet their needs, don't get it. Dogs need walks. Hamsters are nocturnal. Birds, rabbits and guinea pigs are not solitary. All animals could need vet treatment. People playing loud music on public transit. Constantly buying puppies, especially from backyard breeders, and then dumping them at shelters because they refuse to properly train and care for them and then blaming the puppy for it. Sadly, I see this a lot. That's a good one. I'm with ya. Fuck those irresponsible breeders too. Dogs are not for profit. The inability, or unwillingness to try to understand. My sister is that way with technology. I understand not being interested in it, but when she always makes me turn on Bluetooth and connect headphones to her phone and refuses to learn 5 easy steps, it infuriates me. People actively and fully aware hurting others and feeling absolutely no regret of any kind, just satisfaction and fulfillment in ruining others' lives. I was going to say casual cruelty, so I think we're on the same wavelength. People who think it's okay to litter. I launch non-profit company that organize cleanup events with volunteers, and it's so hard to see every time how people are disrespectful for others and for themselves. If it was something difficult not to litter, but it's so easy and there is no reason to do this. Talking on speakerphone while in public. Even better when they are having an argument on speakerphone. Scammers. Especially against the elderly. People who lie all the time to make themselves seem better or richer. My girlfriend's mom doesn't lie, but she cares so much about appearances she has failed to help her children. Her youngest needs some serious help. He's getting into dangerous illegal activities, potentially gang related, and it has been suggested that she sent him to private boarding school or something so he doesn't get in trouble, but she doesn't want to be seen. It will make her look like she isn't a good mom. She also won't let my girlfriend park her car in her driveway for too long because it's old and beat up. Being shitty to food service workers. Scumbags don't deserve to eat out. I second that emotion. But to add on, people being shitty to retail workers. Just because you can't read, don't get pissy with me because I wouldn't refund the difference on the bag of birdseed you bought 6 days before the sale started. Celebrity worship. Along with politician worship. Cruelty for the purpose of amusement entertainment. I had a big argument with my friend's boyfriend after he posted a hilarious video of some guys sneaking up behind women in public and pulling their tube tops down or their skirts up. I told him this is not a prank, this is assault. He disagreed because apparently, it was just that funny. And this guy has a daughter too, which makes it even more despicable. Lie about being younger. You'll just look old for your age. Gotta lie about being older. Then you look young for your age and get to see lots of fellas go to prison. Complete devotion to someone that you have never met. Politics, sports, entertainment. I just don't get the obsession to any person. Sending unsolicited dick pics to people. Just why? What do you think this will achieve? There was a Reddit post a couple of months ago who responded to the pic sender asking, "Did you send me a picture of a young boy's penis?" The sender panicked and insisted that he had not sent a picture of a young boy's penis, to which she replied, "I'm reporting this." Screeching and screaming. Think Twitch streamers, as a brand of comedy. Didn't find it funny as a kid, don't find it funny now, still very unsure of what is funny about it. Sam Kinison was someone I didn't like to listen to because of the screaming. He's famous so people do enjoy it. Outside of the big stuff that's already been mentioned, what really drives me nuts is people who decide to stop in the middle of a walkway, meandering cattle behavior, or standing in doorways to talk. I mean, just get out of the way. This. And slow walkers that take up the entire hall sidewalk. Child predators, pedophiles. Especially the ones that claim they love the child. Or parents who knowingly date child predators and give them access to their kids. Honestly, people who just can't respect boundaries and consent. My ex was like this. He would preach about respecting women's boundaries and then proceeded to harass me online after I cut contact with him. Not wanting those who come after you to have an easier time than you did. I don't understand why you would want others to struggle the way you did. Back in my day, people your age were fighting in wars. Now you kids are only concerned about your phones and video games. The inability to return the cart to the cart corral. As a previous employee of a grocery store, I was tasked with gathering the carts. It always baffled me how close some people would put their carts to the corrals, but not in them. On the other hand, when people are lazy like this, it makes the task of gathering carts longer, reducing the number of tasks for me to complete that shift. Filming TikToks and things like that in public. Some of them are so embarrassing too when you really think about them setting up the camera to record themselves. I saw one in person recently where a girl had her mom blocking up traffic to take pictures of her doing a bunch of poses in front of a cactus. Just fully awkward and an asshole move. Like a video I saw of a nurse recording herself being upset about a patient dying. Fully set up her camera and walked around the corner and back again to start crying and act out being devastated. I can't even take a selfie in public without making sure there's no one within a 100-mile radius. Lol, it feels so embarrassing. Being an asshole to a complete stranger. Cheating instead of just coming to terms with the other. I wish my wife had been honest with me instead of me finding out by finding a receipt for condoms and that she had downloaded dating apps. When I confronted her, she got mad and said I was spying on her. Nothing like being mad for the wrong reasons. Mean people suck. That they do, but what's worse than mean people apologists. Hurting others BC they've been hurt. Hurt people. I'm autistic, so much of it. Rape. People who drive like 45 miles per hour in the left lane. How do you not see the dozens upon dozens of cars behind you? Also, somehow these people are always driving in sync with the people in the other two lanes, effectively creating an unpassable wall of cars. Get a clue, people? Earlier today I saw a police car zooming down the carpool lane with their lights on, as they do, and some idiot in that lane didn't move until the police car had been right behind them for a solid 5+ seconds. Some people really are just oblivious, and should pay more attention. Cruelty to animals. Thank you, kind stranger, for the award. Cruelty to others in general tbh. Deleted. Hate is kinda exhausting tbh. Maybe it's just my depression talking, but I don't have the energy to hate anyone anymore. Bullying. I can fix them. Hero complex. It's god awful, but you will usually grow out of it. Or have a relationship mentally bested out of you. Telling people to smile. Working as a bartender, it was endless. I mean, I'm stocking beer and it's hey smile. Deleted. Revving your engine for attention. Pandering for sympathy. Literally beaming to everyone who will listen about your weaknesses, insecurities, and illnesses for social points and privileges. If you show respect, you get respect. I'm all for tolerance. But nothing makes me not want to be your friend more than a person who leans into their ailments or quirks as if it's their entire personality and won't shut up about it. Cruelty to the helpless, the disabled, children, animals. Why? Cheating on and purposefully betraying someone you're supposed to love and care about. People with kids thinking they're the only ones that can be tired. Why people try heroin. They tell us what it does and how it ends, before they teach us times tables. People who want to control other people's behavior. Especially their significant other. It sounds exhausting and it's a shitty way to treat someone you love. You'll see that recent video of the guy shitting on the floor right at the front of the line at the cash register? That. Blocking the way with your shopping cart in the supermarket. Or overall just completely blocking the way anywhere. It's truly shocking how many people do that. Or the people who sit in the middle of a shopping aisle and talk. They are always like, oh my god, Karen, I haven't seen you in so long. Let's stand here in everybody's way and talk about our fucking kids. In Mexico it's normal to make noise 24/7. I hate making and hearing noise. Many of my countrymen have told me that they can't withstand the silence that European countries have. They said that it's very sad, like everybody is dead. I love hearing music everywhere I go. People who confuse the word understand with agree with. Bullying and outcasting anyone different than them. Almost like their very lives depend upon it.